Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to our All Consultant monthly Zoom chat. These calls happen once a month. We're still trying to figure out, are we doing once a month? Are we going to do it more frequently? We're still trying to get in our groove with the merging all into one place, seeing where we fit in. We really want to hear from you guys though. So if you are ready to do a training call and go Monday Night Live on a topic, share with us. Let us know that you have something great to share, and we would love to have you go live. We're going to have consultants go live every Monday night at 9 p.m. Or anytime fitting your time zone for that matter. Just to have a different topic, whether it's a basket party, a home party, you're great at making a great sample or something. I mean, it can be anything in this business where you're like, man, I do this pretty well. So think about what you do really well in this business and let us know if you'd be willing to go live Monday night at any of your time, whatever your leisure is. And we try to do it around 9 p.m., but we'll take it wherever because y'all have so much to share and tell. I am going to mute everyone, and you can use your chat feature if you'd like to ask questions. And let's start off, first of all, by going over our February numbers really quick on our top 10 in sales and our top sponsors. So that is in 10th place, 10. In 10th place was Donna Carter. 9th, Annette Speecher. I hope I'm saying your last name right. 8th place, Jessica Pettit. 7th, Kayla Munchin. 6th, Ashley Goebel. 5th place is myself. 4th, Andrea Ryder. 3rd place, Mandy Martin. 2nd place, Megan Michael. And 1st with the highest sales was Superstar Director Sarah Caceres. So congratulations to you all. We had some really fantastic numbers. So you should all be extremely proud of yourself for doing really, really fantastic in February. So looking at our top sponsors for the month of February, our top sponsor was a lead consultant, Shannon McDonald. Next was Kayla Fetty. They both had 2 new recruits themselves. And then the following people had 1 new recruit, myself, Jessica Thompson, Brianne Thomas, Miranda Moore, Jessica Rogers, Amanda Roach, Tamra Crookshanks, Ashley Goebel. How do I say this? And Jasember Rowe. I want to know how to pronounce that. What a pretty name, but I don't know if I'm butchering it. I probably am. Ashley, Mally, Sierra Ruiz, Juanita Holba, Angela Ford. Am I messing that up? I am. Megan Michael, Abigail Ward, and Shauna Alloway. So congratulations to all of you on growing your team. And really, that's what it takes, right? If you want to make the big bucks in this business, you've got to sponsor. And so we are very excited to do some quick announcements to share with you. One of them I was trying to, pull up, but I need to get to the latest. It was now that we accept PayPal as payments. So just be aware of that we are, yes, PayPal is now available for select purchases on your workstation and your PWS. So just make sure that you fully understand it can be used for a single payment event registration. So now that SFR registration is about to open, if you want to do PayPal in your business, it's only for individual and party orders on your workstation and PWS. So if you're trying to use that for your registration for reunion, you can't. It's got to be in a full payment. So if you're wanting to do payment plans, you can't select PayPal at this time for a PayPal option. For a payment plan option. You cannot use PayPal payments in the Success Consultant store, or you cannot use PayPal payments for your Scent and Warmer of the Month subscription, your cross-border agreements, or your monthly PWS. So just keep that in mind as we embark in a very new adventure for payments. I'm excited because 9 times out of 10, somebody's always like, hey, can I pay you Cash App? Can I pay you Zelle? Can I pay you Venmo? Can I pay you Heidi Ho? I don't even know all of them. My goodness, I can't keep track of all of them. So I am so excited because PayPal is absolutely one that everybody takes and that we all have that I know of for the most part. A lot of times we have the Square, and so people will pay with Square with me or just want to send it via PayPal. Okay, so tonight we are chatting, all of you, and letting you know we're going to talk about the upcoming incentive, ways for you to master this incentive. Madi's going to talk about, are you going to talk about the incentive, Madi? Or what part? Oh, she's muted. Yep, I'm going to unmute. Okay, great.
I can.
I need to pull up the requirements, like specifics. I know it's like 3 recruits, the sales and all that.
Yeah.
So I basically figured we'd talk about sales and recruiting in general, and y'all could kind of reference back what you specifically need for your personal business. I know probably by a show of hands. In fact, I'm going to go to the chat so I can see you guys. How many of you are the salespeople? You have the sales down pat. You'll have no problem hitting the sales at all in this incentive. Like, sales are in the bag. It's really probably the sponsoring, right? That everybody needs help with. Okay. So, Madi, is there anything you want to jump in before I start talking about recruiting? Or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, no, I could talk about the incentive, and then obviously it's going to touch a little bit on recruiting.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'll and then I'll give you guys an idea of that I was talking to Heather about today. One of the things that I'm going to do. So incentive level 1, I'm sure you guys have all read what you need. You need 1,000 in sales. What they've done different this time around is you actually need a sponsor in that one, which I think is kind of cool because it's pushing us out of our comfort zone to sponsor people, which is one of the things that's cool about the incentives is that's what's going to grow our business anyways, right? So, I mean, we should be pushing towards that anyways. So that's level 1. And then level 2 is 2,500 and 2 sponsors. And then level 3 is 3,500 and 3 sponsors. And I'm just going to encourage you guys to go for the highest. Don't sit there and be like, oh, well, I'll try level 1. Go for the highest. What did they say? Shoot for the stars. And then what's that saying? Like, what is that saying, Heather? They say shoot for the star, aim for the moon, and you'll hit the stars. I think it is.
Aim for the moon and shoot for the stars, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I am going to encourage you. So don't even look at level 3. Try to hit top 150. I mean, top 50. Aim for that, and you're bound to go ahead and get something in there. And don't feel like it's something you can't accomplish. Go for it, and go for it 100%. Obviously, the first thing I would tell you guys is start now with trying to get your, are you laughing that she has no head?
I was laughing at Natalie. She's cleaning her counter, but it looks like she's wiping down the ocean, and she had no head. Yeah. Sorry, I was dying. Natalie, you're killing me.
Her head was gone. Sorry, if I'm looking up, I have a screen up here, but my camera's down here. I got to fix it. So anyways, so I'm going to encourage you guys, start trying to get people to join your team now. Because we need them to certify, right? So we're gonna try to get as many people to join our team. And with this new shooting star kit that Scentsy has done, it's the perfect opportunity for you to go down your list. Do all of you guys have a list of potentials? Everybody? Okay. So I wanted to touch on this. So your list of potentials will be not just people that have told you they're interested, but people who you think would be great at it also. So it would be your top hostesses. It would be people that that buy Scentsy from you all the time. That person that's back every month. These are all people that you guys should be talking to about joining your team. I'm not going to go too far into it because I know that's what Heather's going to talk about. But a lot of times what we do is we just keep selling to these people, and when you'd be surprised when you offer the business to them, how many of them are like, oh, I never thought about it. And it's just because we never offer them the opportunity. So start doing that. Make that your main focus this month is the business more than your sales. I think a lot of us, have a tendency to offer sales first. And I'm just going to encourage you guys to offer the business first. So one of the things that I'm going to do, I actually have a lady I'm supposed to meet with on Wednesday. She is a real estate agent, and she buys baskets from me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to offer her the business. But the reason why is I'm actually going to when I talked to her, I had told Heather what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically tell her that I can do her baskets for her. But if she joins, then now we have the shooting star kit to put in her baskets also on top of the hostess benefits and everything else. So she's going to start off the bat with buying 500 for baskets is what my hope and my plan is. We've already talked about her purchasing 500 for baskets. We just have not talked about her joining. She did at one point go, maybe I should do this. So I'm going to go ahead and when I talk to her about Wednesday, I'm going to tell her, hey, let's do the 500, but let's actually put you to go ahead and start Scentsy so that we can get that shooting star. And so that's my hope, is to get her to go ahead and join that way. And then what I will do is I will talk to her about doing pop buy gifts before the end of the incentive period. And I'm actually going to try to get her to do the LTO of the cleaning products. So that's one of the ideas. So if you guys have any real estate agents that buy basket parties from you, or that you think would benefit from, not basket parties, closing gifts from you, or you think would benefit from it, I would put those people on your list. Any real estate agent that you know. I have several real estate agents that are in Scentsy just so that they can get closing gifts. So think about that. So does that explain enough? Did you want me to go into what they can earn, or?
Yeah, you can quickly touch just on the ways that they can earn so they're aware of it.
The ways that they can earn?
Yeah, if you want, or just like level 1, level 2, level 3. Quickly tell them what level 3 will, like what we're shooting for everyone.
Oh, I did. You didn't hear that?
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry, my printer's going loud.
I'll go over it again,
Yes,
but I
did.
did.
Because I need to know as well. Oh, good. My printer, no, it didn't stop.
Okay, I'll go over it again. So level 1, you need to sell 1,000 PRV during the qualification period of March 1st and June 30th. And you need to sponsor 1 new consultant, and they need to hit certified during the period. Okay. Level 2 is going to be 2 new consultants sponsored and them hitting certified. Level 3 is level 2, you need to sell 2,500. Okay, level 3 is going to be sell 3,500 in PRV, sponsor 3 new people, and have them hit certified. And the other thing that I'm going to encourage you guys to do, when you sponsor someone, help them get to their certification. So for instance, it's not like, oh yeah, you join Scentsy and it's over, but like help them do their launch party. If you have an event coming up, that's one of the things I did for the fall incentive. If I had an event coming up, I was like, hey, you know what? I got an event coming up. Do you want to come do it with me? And they came and they worked the event and we did it together, and we went ahead and split our stuff. But I think it's just a good way for you to think outside of the box, and it's training them on how to do events and watching you so that they can do them on their own. But at the same time, they're getting PRV. So don't leave them out to dry and just kind of say like, hey, you need to collect $1,000, because I mean, you got to make sure that you're teaching them how do they do it. Walk them step by step. What do they need to do? Hey, I'm going to help you do your launch party. And really goal them. So like when you sponsor someone, I'm gonna help you do your launch party. Let's try to get $500 at your launch party so that you can go ahead and hit that shooting star. So you guys, they have their first step right there already, right? To hit the 500. And then on top of it, you can be the one that tries to get them more bookings at that launch party. But on top of it, I would have them talk to their 5 closest friends and see if they could do a basket party for them, or if they could do a home party for them as a favor. So now what you're doing is you're setting them up so that they know how to go ahead and hit that $1,000. So.
Sorry, Jason was reading my calendar. I texted him and said, please read my calendar.
Oh, it's okay. So yeah, so hopefully that kind of helps guide you guys and walk them through hitting that 1,000. I'm not going to go into recruiting as much because I know that's what Heather's talking about. And so I'll kind of be very vague on that.
So I kind of had this aha moment in my business, and it's when Superstar Jen Audette told me, in my business, what I'm trying to achieve and what you all are trying to achieve, that's why you're on this call right now, right? Like, we make sacrifices. I know everybody is busy. I know everybody has got to do certain things. I mean, I think for the past 4 days, I've been working 12 to 14-hour days. And I mean, you can see the bags under my eyes. I'm exhausted. I didn't walk in the house. I was gone 13 hours yesterday. I hadn't even been home yet. I was talking with Marty, and we were discussing things at 9:30 p.m. while I was going through drive-through dinners to get dinner for my family, right? Like, there are going to be sacrifices that you're going to have to make, and time is money, regardless of what you're doing in this business. All of you raised your hands and said, I'm great at sales. I got this in the bag. And so I want you to stop thinking about sales. It has been so natural for you to get sales in this business now that you could do it with your eyes closed. People are going to want Scentsy regardless. People will, if you, in 10 and a half years, almost 11 years that I've been in Scentsy, I have provided excellent customer service to my customers, to where I have built a customer base now where I have a referral system in place where if they send me somebody, a new customer, I give them a free bar of wax out of my Scent and Warmer of the Month. So figure out what systems you have in place to spoil the heck out of your customers. And I don't mean just give free stuff away. I utilize my Scent and Warmer of the Month subscription for that. I utilize my free and half price on that. But you've got to build your customer base up where when they think of Scentsy, they think of you first. You've got to be using that Sell by Amy or Sell with Amy app. If you are not using that in your business, you have zero excuse to not have a successful business. There is absolutely no way. I have never met a consultant that has used Amy and not gotten sales or bookings or recruits or followed up from a sample from that. So if that is one thing that you have not implemented in your business, I'm going to challenge you to download that app tonight. Sell with Amy, AMI, and I want you to start utilizing it. And I want you to follow up. It teaches you how to have good customer service. So in however many years it's going to take, I personally now, in almost 11 years in, I can get $2,000 in sales every single month with not doing a dang bit of follow-up, with occasionally posting something, but my business is not run on that. So you are trying to build such a great customer base where you have solid customers that are coming to you on a regular basis, where your time and energy can be spent on the other part of this business that requires a little bit more effort, a little bit more time, a little bit more conversation, where you are making 6 figures a year. So if that is what you are in this job to do, is to make money. I know my intent was to make money. That's why I joined. That's why I still am. That's why I still work 6-7 days a week. Yes, I have my business hours, but this is a business for me. This is not a hobby. So my customers don't reach out and say, Heather, are you still selling Scentsy? If they say that to me, I know I'm not doing my job. They should never think twice, oh, I wonder if Heather's still doing that. So it depends on what you're trying to portray in your business. Are you scrambling at the last day of the month to put in orders? Well, how are your customers going to take you serious? If they don't even know that you're putting in an order, they don't even know that you're a consultant. Oh, I'm in a deadline, I'm in a crunch. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to, unless they have a rapport with you, right? If I called my customers now and said, I'm trying to earn an incentive, guys, I'm short on maybe $60, that's different than me begging for orders on social media. You look desperate. You cannot run your business like that. People are not going to be attracted to that. I want you to shift that focus, provide great customer service, which you have, but I want you to, every time somebody comes to you, and I want you to ask yourself, and this is what Jen said. She says to me, Heather, with what you're doing, if it's not going to get you a recruit, I want you to stop doing it. So if that means you are in the kitchen making these really cute bunny-shaped Easter egg molds for samples, do you really think that's going to get you a recruit? No. You know what Jen Audette does? She takes up a bar out of her Scent and Warmer of the Month subscription, and she takes a little crinkle cutter, mashes it up in 2 seconds, throws some shavings in a bag, and calls it a day. Why? because that takes less time and it's just getting the scent under their nose. And are you putting that join sprinkle in everything that you do? So when someone comes to you to make a purchase, we have got to teach you the way to say in a nonchalant way where it doesn't come across pushy that you're begging for people to join your team or you're the crazy, I can't think of how to word it. There are ways that you're going to get better at this. And the only way you get better at it is by doing it. So I don't care if you get your family, your friends, your best friend, your dog, however, stand in front of the mirror. I want you to start practicing different sayings. And here's a few I want you to start with. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? That's simple. And stop and wait, right? The most important thing you can do when we are in front of these people is to stop, wait, and listen. They're going to tell you what they're looking for. Are they looking for some adult time to get away from their kids? Maybe they're homeschool moms and they're like, I am with my kids 24/7. I would love some adult time, right? Elena probably can relate to that. She probably jumps at every occasion to go out with moms and have an adult conversation with people. Am I trying to make extra money? Do I need to pay for my childcare? I love to travel, but I don't get to travel for free. There are key things that if you listen to, you know that this business can offer. You're solving a problem. What is their problem? You don't know what their problem is unless you're listening and you're asking the right questions that you can guide the conversation. So how many of you have lists of people right now that you have that dream team list of people that are either A, your biggest customer, like Monty said, maybe they're a Scentsy Club member right this second. That's a perfect candidate, right? They're getting Scentsy auto shipped to their house, folks. It doesn't get any easier to recruit than that. 3, if you're doing a fundraiser, who's your top seller? I just had a girl and her mom sell $1,500. That is more than some consultants that have been around for 10, 12 months. They haven't even sold $1,500. And you mean to tell me an 18-year-old high school student and her mom can sell $1,500 in 4 days? That's pretty impressive. I think we're onto something, right? You've got to make sure you're connected and you've got to have this list of people. And then we're going to reach out in a nonchalant way and say, you know what, I was thinking about you earlier, and we just started a new incentive, which gives you a chance to either earn a trip to our leadership or some really fabulous prizes. And you were one of the first people I thought of. Or you've been purchasing me for so long, and I know that you probably have never thought about this, but have you ever thought about just joining and just buying your own products under yourself to get a discount? There is a really easy way to say that. And some people have a really hard time thinking of those words because y'all don't know what to say, so you don't say anything. You're waiting for people to come knock on your door and say, I want to join. How many of y'all are doing that? You're seriously waiting for people to come to you because you don't want to be that awkward conversation and not know what to say next. Everybody does, or everybody here would have a recruit every single month. And if you're not getting a recruit every single month, A, you're not having parties. You're doing individual orders in your business and you're waiting for people to buy and you're turning them in as a party, and that's how you're running your business on orders. And that is not how you build a business. You are now just a drive-through window to place their Scentsy order. And unfortunately, that's not what's going to let you make 6 figures in this business. And so when I tell you we've got to be intentional, when I think of the word intentional, it is purposeful in your words and your actions. You have to be intentional with what we're trying to do in this business. In this business, we're trying to make money. We're trying to grow our teams. We're trying to build something that we can pass on to our kids or grandkids after we're gone and they still have this legacy. You have to have intention with your business. And to get all of those things that I just named, it has to be sponsoring. If you're not sponsoring, you're not going to get better at this job. Right now, everybody's treading water on sales, sales, sales. As soon as you get a new recruit, you should be teaching them and telling, okay, I know you have 1 or 2 people. The first thing we do when we join is you find 1 or 2 people to join underneath you immediately. Right out the gate, that's what you tell your new recruit. And what we do on our team is we recruit someone and you immediately get another person to join your team immediately, 1 or 2 people. And so You're setting that expectation of we are building businesses, we are not building hobbies. Because what happens is, I wake up thinking about Scentsy every single morning. Morning, noon, and night, I'm thinking Scentsy. Most of the hobbyists aren't. I have to remind the hobbyists, hey, you better place an order or you're going to cancel, right? If you're running a business, I shouldn't have to be telling you you're going to cancel. I know dang well how much PRV I put in every single month, what I'm at every single day, how many new conversations I've had each week, who I'm following up with. So you've got to be intentional with where you are in your business, and you've got to lead with those conversations of joining. So I want you to think about today and get this list, literally started in paper and pen. Who buys from you the most, like Madi said? Who's in Scentsy Club? Who has hosted the most parties with you? Who do you know that just loves Scentsy? Who do you know that needs the discount? Maybe it's a realtor, like Madi said, and that just really could probably use the discount or whatever to build her baskets. Who do you know that wants to travel? Or maybe they're saving money for a vacation right now. You know, I noticed you were saving money for a vacation. Have you ever thought about doing Scentsy? Because we have an opportunity to earn 2 free trips a year. It's simply finding the solution to their problem. But before you can start talking sponsoring, you've got to have a list you're working off of. And if your calendar doesn't have dates and you don't have activity happening every month and you're running your business off of orders, you're not going to get it. Think about right now, when's the last time you met a new person and introduced yourself? Did anybody meet a new person today? Did you give them do they know you sell Scentsy that you met today? Keep your hand up. Did you get their information today to follow up with them?
Yeah.
Exactly my point. Very few people do, but a lot of people don't. A lot of times they'll hand out the sample or the catalog and be like, yes, girl, call me if you need anything. You're never going to hear from that person again. You've got to get their information and follow up. Find each other on social media, connect, start following up, find out about their life, stalk their Facebook. What are they into? How many kids do they have? What are their interests? You're doing a little bit of investigative work to find out about them, right? So if you're not meeting people on a regular basis, you're not going to have new people join your team. It is that simple. You've got to get out of your house. So it's okay to ask for referrals. One of the things that I love to do is that every $200 in orders we have, you have a $59 host exclusive kit that you have to offer to someone. The best thing I love to do is call someone that buys a lot from me all the time, and I'll say, hey, Susan, do you know of anybody that might be interested in a $59 kit, a host exclusive kit? I've got an extra one this month, and I just wondered if you knew anybody. I didn't offer it to her, but what does that make her do? Well, why didn't she ask me? Well, maybe I want to do it. So think about that. Next time you want to approach someone and it's awkward, you're like, I don't really know what to say. Go to them and say, hey, I have this. Do you know of anybody that might want to take advantage of it? That is the easiest way to reach out to somebody without having any blood on your hands at all. And they're going to think, well, heck, why didn't she ask me to do this? The idea is now planted in their head, right? And it's not going to be for everyone. So I want you to start your list of people. That is number one. Number two, you've got to get out of your house. You've got to start meeting people. You've got to have activities. You've got to be face-to-face with people. It is inevitable. If you're not going to build anything at all if you're not getting in front of people. You have to do that. Look at your calendar. So this is one of the things too that I have to do. So once you get your new team members as well, I text my personal frontline now. It's something I adapted and started doing. And I personally reach out to my new team members. I will text them every single day for the first 70 days that they are a consultant now. And they may get a little overwhelmed, but I want you to think about where they are in the business as a new consultant. So I was talking with a team member earlier today, and you know, she was saying, oh, well, I've got people that do some really great things and, you know, some not so much. And it kind of goes back to hobbyists versus people that are doing this for a business, right? That really want to make money. And it really comes down to, you know, when I joined, I didn't have a sponsor to help me at all. No one helped me at all, right? I promoted to superstar director before my 4-year anniversary. How did I get there? Well, I didn't stop working. I was consistent. I filled my calendar. I was constantly meeting new people, and I offered the opportunity. That is all this business is. But you have to look at your calendar. If you're not offering dates for parties, Facebook parties, fundraisers, if they don't know you as a Scentsy consultant, it's going to be really hard to get going. It's not that you can't get going, but you've got to start now, and you've got to be consistent. If you decide to be a Scentsy consultant on the third Wednesday of every month or the last day of the month, that's probably not really going to cut it, and they're not really going to think of you as a consultant. So I want you to remember, when someone joins your team, they may not be like you and a go-getter where you don't need support or don't need a sponsor and they're just going to make it to Superstar Director by their 4-year anniversary. There is very few people in this world that have that kind of drive and that ambition and that, right? Every single one of you are, you wouldn't be on here tonight. Think about your Scentsy career. You haven't given up. You're consistent. You're recruiting, you're sponsoring, you're partnering, you're doing all the right things. You're here for training, right? People can give excuses till they're blue in the face. The ones that rise to the top are the ones that are willing to do what the others will not. And that's what sets apart good and great. And so I want you to think about you and your business. And when you recruit someone, you have to show them the steps. So when we say, okay, let's do a launch party, well, they don't know what the heck that means. So we are a great bird that flew out of the nest, but they don't even know how to fly. We have to teach them how to fly. Well, what is a great thing that I love to do when I get a new recruit is I say, you know what? All you have to do is get me 10 to 15 people there. I don't care if it's 10 to 15 people, your neighbor. The Frank list is a great start. Friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, people associated with kids. Everybody knows 10 to 15 people that can get in their house for a launch party. And I'll do everything else. Your only job is to get me people in this house, 10 to 15 people. And you give her that number. And you come in and you do the party, you do the launch, you can bring the prizes, you can bring the setup, display, everything. Her only job is to get attendance. Why? Why do I do that? Because usually that is the one area that always fails. People cannot get people to show up because they don't know how to properly invite, or they rely on social media. They don't reach out one-on-one, connect, and get those people to show up. So I'm teaching her how to invite, get the people there, and I'll take care of the rest. And what's going to happen? A $500 party at least. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. Do you think you could handle 3 parties like that in the next, how many months? 6 months? During the incentive? To find 3 people that can get 10 people in front of you for a party? And then flip it? So let's talk about flipping. So if you can just focus on and tell your people, and maybe you have those handful of people that are your good friends that you're like, you know what, I need a huge favor. I need you to get 10 to 15 of your friends together for a Scentsy party. I am looking for, I have to do this. I'm required to do 3, and I need you to be one of them. Would you be willing to help me? Sure, I'd love to. So now you've got the person that's getting the people together for you. It may not be her that joins, but somebody in that room may join, right? The key is to getting in front of people and getting things on your calendar. But it comes down to when that opportunity happens, and the hostess is there, it's very important for you to know when you flip a hostess, make sure the online orders are not on your website online. They have to be in person, because when you're entering them into the workstation and you're flipping that party, you're giving all the sales to her, and she's now earned the commission. So if it's a $500 party, she has now hit her $500 goal, got that shooting star kit for free this month, and it's done. And then she just continues to work towards getting certified. Because you think about when you join Scentsy, we are so focused on sales. This incentive is driven by sales. Think about it. We want you to recruit, but yeah, you have to sell this amount. But when you first join, yep, sell 500 by your 15th day. Great. Okay, now sell, you need by your 70th day, you need to sell this much or recruit this. Everybody focuses on sales when you first join. We should not be teaching them to sell at all from the beginning. We should be teaching them immediately, okay, who do you know that right now that will join your team? Because we immediately get 1 to 2 people to join your team and start thinking about that first. And the sales are going to come naturally as they reach out to have people host for them. And that's being intentional by leading with what we know is going to change our business, and that's the opportunity. It has nothing to do with the sales. If you continue to focus on sales, you're just writing your same paycheck every single month. You know what you're going to make. You know if you sell over 2,000, you'll get an extra 5%. You know what your paycheck is going to be. The bulk of my paycheck is from my team, my group, a second generation underneath me that has a totally different director. So your bulk of your checks don't come from yourself. It's always one person away. Just because you don't maybe sponsor someone, it could be someone underneath them. Prime example, Kathy on here tonight. Mary Ann is in my networking group. I came in, Mary Ann joined at the $15. She's not really interested in making this as a career yet until she retires from her other job. But what does she do when she signs up? She got on the phone immediately, called her best friend, Kathy Thornton Browning, who you see on this call tonight. She gets on the call. She already has a recruit and is joining, which it's one person away from somebody that really, really wants this. It's not necessarily somebody that you're sponsoring. It could be somebody level 2 or level 3 down that really, really wants this. And it's that one person that makes everything in your business. Everything. Okay, so I want specific questions, so use your chat, specific questions about joining that you don't understand or you need answered tonight on this call. How do you get them off the fence? Krista, that's a great question. I would say, well, Krista, what is it that's holding you back? So when you ask that, they're telling you why it is, what's holding them back, why they won't join. So you just ask them why. $59 kit. So if you will type in kit in your workstation under Cincy Success Marketing Kit, you'll see all of the starter kits that come up in a PDF document. The $59 host exclusive starter kit is a smaller starter kit that is available with a qualifying party, which is 200 PRV. That $59 kit can be purchased, if you will, with host credit. So let's say you have a $300 PRV party and that host decides to join. She can use her host credit, which is for free, towards the $59 host exclusive starter kit. So with a $300 PRV party, she has earned $30 in PRV. So she would take that $30 and subtract it off the $59 kit, which means she can become a consultant for $29. Pretty unbelievable, right? So that's perfect scenario for people that don't have money for the $99, right? Some people are going to want the $99. So make sure that you know the different kits that are offered, what is the difference between them, how it works. When someone reinstates underneath you that's a past consultant and they come back underneath you and they want to purchase the $59 reinstatement kit, it doesn't show up until 24, 48 hours of coming back. Make sure you know these key things so when you are relaying the information, you know exactly what to say. So I have 4 that when the $15 kit was available was thinking of joining but decided to wait. I've been reaching out to them. She still tells me she's thinking maybe later. What would you say to them or just keep asking? I would say all 4 of them I'd call tomorrow and say, hey girl, I immediately thought of you when I saw the number $300 in free. First of all, wow, that's a lot of free product. I know you've been thinking about it for a while. I'd love to set up a date and maybe host a party and let's see if maybe we can get the sales that will absolutely get you either getting that $300 in free or we can even get your starter kit for free. So let's get a date set up and let's just see if it works. If not, worst case scenario, I turn the orders in and you just get the hostess credit and get some free and half price. It's that simple. So yes, you can get the kit free if they hit 500, right? Because that's, well, it would be 590 PRV technically, right? No, 15%. So yes, it would be free at 500. Yes, that's right. Because I forgot it goes up to 15% at 500. Any other specific questions? What would you say to someone that keeps reinstating? I wouldn't even worry about them. If somebody keeps reinstating after not reaching the requirements, eventually they're not going to be able to come back. And B, they're just all talk. They're not. There's no action to their words at all. And you don't need, if somebody keeps having a donut over and over and over, and you've extended that olive branch so they're not biting, quit wasting time on people that aren't biting. I have a business to run. I have a certain amount of hours I can give every single day. And that time is going to go to my A boarding passes, not my B or my C's when they're not doing anything. My time and money is going to the people that are putting in the time and doing the work and have numbers don't lie. So if they want to become a top priority A boarding list, they've got to start working. It's that simple, honestly. And I hate to be so harsh, but I'm really trimming the fat, so to speak, on my business this year. And I would really be so generous with my time, or even adoptees so much. And I can't do that right now. I'm not where I want to be in my business. I want to make sure I'm selling $2,000 every single month and getting a minimum of 2 smooth team members every single month. And I'm not where I want to be. So until my business is where I need to be, I can't be focusing on everybody else and running their businesses on top of mine. So, and they will learn and they will figure it out. We have a lot of very valuable resources. YouTube, our workstation, the training calls, our Zooms, your upline, your sponsor, your director. You've got people in this whole network and on this group page that will help you when you need help. You just have to be willing to ask. We don't know when somebody needs help, so it's very grateful, and I'm very happy when somebody reaches out to me and asks a question. They're probably like, oh, I'm so sorry to bother you, or I hate to bother you. Like Kathy did at the beginning, like, girl, you better call and text me whenever you need help, because you are on to something great. Like, I want to help you. So I don't mind when those people reach out to me, because I know it is genuinely helping them and it's not falling on deaf ears. There is nothing worse than spending time and energy on people and over and over and over and over again, and you see something so great in them, but they just don't believe in themselves, and they never put one foot in front of the other because of fear. And that there is nothing worse to me, because it's like, I spent so much time and effort and energy with you, and I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. I see something great. It kills my heart so much, because it's like, I know you can do this, but they have to decide for themselves. There is nothing you can say or do to make somebody successful in this business. Nothing. And so if they have tried and tried and tried and it's still not happening, maybe they need to be a hostess instead of a consultant. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has a place in this world, and not everybody was born to be a consultant. Not everybody was built to make 100,000 plus a year, because that's what separates us. I'm willing to do the time and the work and the effort, and I am consistent. I will always show up. If I tell you to do something, you better know I'm doing it as well. And I think y'all all know this by now. But it is some tough love time in your business, and it's time to get real and evaluate where you're at, and you've got to lead this business with sponsoring. That is the only thing. So anytime you're doing anything, even when I put on the Hooker red lipstick the other day and was focusing on the one cent a month, I'm sorry, did you see on here where it says, ask me how to save 25 to 30% on your orders? Put your join kiss on everything that you're doing. I had Mama Bev scroll through her feed while she was here for World Tour. What do you see? What do you see? Pushing product, showing how she can go have lunch with a great friend and has able to work from home. What does your social media portray? What are you sharing? So go back and scroll through your Facebook feed. Is it begging for product and begging for sales? Probably the majority of them are. People have to hear things 7 or 8 times before they make a decision on something. Usually, and posting something doesn't mean that it's out there and like it's just going to happen. No, you've got to reach out personally, start commenting on people's things that isn't Cincy related. You've got to create connections. You've got to create relationships. Keep a list of people. So every person that I asked who wants a sample of this, well, I've got 14 names of people that I now can follow up with and say, did you love it as much as I did? Because why would I send them a sample if I can't follow up with who these people were? I wasted my time. And then now I'm going to reach out, and if they love this as much as I do, I'm going to say, did you know if you join this month, you can have almost $300 in free product just by hitting $500 in orders, which is 10 of your friends? It's just being there and seeing the next opportunity and taking advantage of saying something about it. And you should be leading with join. Have you ever thought about doing what I'm doing? No, I'm really not interested. Well, great. Let's set up a party and get some of your friends over to get you some free stuff. Then it's host, and then it's like, no, I'm really not really into that. Okay, now I'll take your order. Every single person is doing it opposite. You are so focused on getting an order, you don't ask about host because you're so worried about getting the order form, getting it filled out, because I got to hit $2,000 in sales this month. I need to hit 500. offer the opportunity, be intentional with your business, and lead with the opportunity first. They may say no, and it's okay. When they come to your table and they offer you a dessert, would you like to see the dessert menu? And you say no, do you think she goes in the kitchen and starts crying? Absolutely not. I'm like, thank you, I didn't gain 15 more pounds. It's okay that you're going to hear no, and I know it's so hard for some of you to hear it, but you've got to offer it in order to hear the no, so your skin can thicken up a little bit and get tough, and then it rolls off the tongue, and you hear no, and you don't think twice, you move on to the next. We have to get you so comfortable doing that, because that's when all the yeses start happening. Every 10th no you get, here comes the yes. But if you're not asking and getting 10 no's, you're not going to get to the yes. It's seriously that simple. And I say this over and over. I say it till I'm blue in the face. But if you will lead and be intentional about getting people to join, what happens in your business is where your time and energy is focused on. So if you are focused and your energy is spent on getting sales, guess what you're getting? Sales. Beverly is a prime example of this. She came back from my house. We had this long talk. This is like repeat for her, because we had this same talk on my couch. She was sitting right next to me. She went back and she went to the grind. She got to work and she started putting her recruit packets together, making her list, reaching out to people, and she just had a new team member join yesterday. Beverly hasn't had a new recruit in a long time. It's been a while. She has no shame to even say that. She will tell you straight up, it's been a while, because she wasn't focused on it. She was focused on sales. She's great at sales. She's personable. They come very natural to her. She gets thousands of dollars every month in sales because that's what's easy. That's what she's good at. You've got to be uncomfortable and do those things, and that is asking people to join your team. And it's okay that they say no. So tomorrow, when you start reaching out to people and you are interested in Scentsy, you've got to find a way to offer that opportunity first. Okay. Thanks for this call. Help me think of other ways and words to use. I've been shy about it. I have a person that always orders from me and sells Mary Kay. So how can I flip her party this month when she already sells something else to pay for her products? So here's the thing with double direct sales. You want my honest opinion, or you want me to be like your go-getter and shoot rainbows up your butt? Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, so people that sell for more than one direct sales company, they'll never be a bigwig for you. They'll never be a money maker, because it's impossible to be great at more than one thing. You have 24 hours and 7 days a week. And if I did anything else, time has got to go to one thing and drops in another, whether that's your family, whether that's your husband, whether it's your spouse, whether it's another direct sales business or a side business or a regular job or school or a mom, whatever it may be, you only have so much time and energy to dedicate to something. So if you just want it as a recruit and like to see what happens, absolutely get her to join. I would say, let's have a party. You know, I know you're already doing Mary Kay, but she absolutely cannot solicit to and cross promote the two. That is the biggest no-no ever, which you already know that. But you could just offer it to her and say, you know, I know that you already have a great female population that you sell to with Mary Kay and skincare and makeup. But you know, if you've ever thought about maybe selling something for men, women, and kids that's consumable pretty quickly, I'd love to have a party with you and flip it and see if maybe it's a great fit for you in addition to your other business. So I'm not digging her, oh, you can only sell to women and it's consumable and good luck getting women to change their skincare regimen. But I can sell to men, women, kids, and it's consumable, and I have all these other products to offer, and mine's better than yours, nanny, nanny, boo, boo. I'm not really saying that, but I am saying that in a sense. Not knocking Mary Kay, because I still wear it and I love it. Okay, Logan, how many parties do you book in order to get a recruit? I have 3 parties booked now in June, and I want to realistically know what to expect. Well, I think if you have 3 parties booked, you get 3 recruits. It depends on what your verbiage is. Are you playing a game? What are you doing in order to have those conversations and flip those hostesses? You can flip every single person that has a party with you, period. Every single one. All you have to do is ask. Okay, we have a couple amens. Yes. Krista, a sample monthly flyer, top 10 reasons to join product sheet business card is on the call and hitting the ground running. You know, and I've heard about Crystal before because she was one of your customers that would always buy from you. Is that right, Mama Bev? Wait. There you are. Nope, you're not. Now you are. Nope. Just kidding. Oh, it won't let me unmute you. Only Mama Bev will do this. Crystal, yes. Okay, Crystal's answering me, yes, it is. See, I thought so, because those are the perfect people, right? Those are the people that you buy your stuff and it does become more. Some people start at hobbies. Crystal's probably been buying Scentsy forever, going, oh my gosh, yes. And she loves Beverly. She loves the product, and she's going to quickly see, and welcome, Crystal, by the way. I'm so excited for you. She's going to quickly see how great this company is and how much it is so much more than wax and warmers, because here she is, a brand new consultant on day 2, and guess where she's at? On this call. She's already doing more than a consultant with 8 years with this company has been doing. She's doing what others are not willing to do, and that says a lot about Crystal already. It gives me goosebumps. Do you see the goosebumps on my arm? It gives me chills, because there is very few people in this business that are willing to make the sacrifice. So I'm excited to see where y'all go. So Crystal, who's on your 1 or 2 friends that can join immediately, right? You probably already are thinking of those people immediately, because everybody has those 1 or 2 friends where you're like, yeah, I know exactly how Mary Ann Stanko called Kathy Browning and said, oh my gosh, I think this is going to be great. Everybody has that 1 or 2 people in their lives, every one of them. All right. Oh, our recruit Sandy's on the call too. Welcome, Sandy. Yeah, I just saw that y'all had joined. I'm glad you're here too, rock star. See, you and Crystal need to hook up then and introduce each other to, because y'all are in the exact same spot, joined at the same time. Y'all should start a group chat, because that's powerful right there. Like, get with your sponsor, get with the new recruit, and y'all start a group chat with your director and a 3-way chat on Messenger, because those are so important. Y'all should be touching base with your new recruits, seriously, 2 to 3 times a week, if minimum. So just think about that. Okay, I said it wasn't going to be 30 minutes and not an hour, and I lied. I'm drinking wine. Muddy, anything? I went off on a tangent. I mean, are y'all hurting? I yelled at you.
I'm like, dang, girl, preach it.
I took y'all to church. Amen. Coronavirus.
I love it. I love it.
No, it's just tough love, really, because I'm tired. Time is money, and I mean business this year. Like, I am tired of saying I want my business to be great. I want my team to grow. No, it is going to happen. Words mean nothing, and I am action is everything. And so I am being very harsh this year. So sorry, but not sorry, because it's going to create the results I want.
Oh, you know what I did want to add about the incentive that I forgot to tell you guys is, again, on recruiting, don't shoot for recruiting 3. You want to shoot for recruiting more than 3.
Double, really 6.
Yeah, because you might get your 3 and you're all excited, and then they don't certify.
Yep.
So I'm just going to tell you guys, yeah, I would do 6+.
So here's the thing, and if any of y'all need help coming up with what to say, when you get that recruit, you text them every single day. So I got this calendar, and I wrote down, I literally went in a calendar from the Dollar Tree, Big Spenda, and I know exactly that this is Ansley's 11th day. I wrote her out for 70 days and know exactly what day. If I look at today on March 3rd, I know Shanna's day is her 32nd day as a consultant today. So I highly recommend you get a calendar and you start texting them and you reach out. There are key things in this business. If you need help with what to say or what you need to tell them or challenge them to do, reach out to any of your directors and say, what can I do? What should I be telling them? I sent something to Beverly today and said, hey, have you touched base with your new recruit? You know, we already chatted, because I'm here to teach Beverly how to be a great sponsor. Beverly's teaching Crystal how to be a great sponsor, and there is not going to be anybody left out in between. That's what we're here for, is to teach you how to fly. And ultimately, everyone that wants to fly will fly. But, you know, mommy bird dies sometime. That's so morbid. That's terrible. But I am mama bird, and I will die eventually. I can't feed you all the worms always. You've got to fly and feed your own birdies, right? All right. All right, guys, we're wrapping up, 8:55. Guess what? So I think we might be moving the calls back to 7 p.m. Central Time, because We do have some key directors that are always showing up and are on the call and really making the effort. They're on the East Coast, and it's really hard for them to get on. And I'm going to tell you right now, if it was a couple of them that are always on, always on. And that's why it really means a lot to me to try to move it back for them, because their actions match their words, and they have always been there for us in this business. And so I think the least that we can do is kind of move it back to another time zone for them to make that same effort. If it was somebody that doesn't show up, I probably wouldn't think twice about it. I'd leave it at 8, but I'm going to tell you, you have to bend and give where those people that are involved are, right? It's what I told you about those people in your business that are doing things and producing and are really putting their money where their mouth is. Those are the people you bend over backwards for and help them get where they need to get. And so that's kind of how I feel we need to do for these directors, so they can be a part, still be connected, and help their business grow too, because everybody's trying to grow and get better, be better, and do better. All right, guys, y'all have a great night. Have a blessed night. We will chat next call. And I think we've got our leadership Zoom coming up for our Scented Leadership if you're in that group as well. All right, guys, take care. Be looking out if you're really working for this incentive. I started a little post last week or a couple days ago on who really wants to earn this incentive. We're going to try to be pairing some of you guys up for accountability on what you're doing on your calendar. So if that's something you're interested in, let us know. We'll make sure we get you to be a part of that as well. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye-bye.